So Phoenix will get the first possession. So the opening lineup for the Suns. Bender and Ayton are the big men. Ricky Rubio is out there with Devin Booker. And it's Oubre in at the threesome. And Richaun Holmes gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Ayton. Evident in this one, Brent, the youth movement in full effect. What advice would you have for inexperienced players who have to take on bigger roles?
The thing I always talk to younger players about, Kevin, is always accentuate the positives. Do what you do best and show that off as consistently as possible, and then take the summers to improve your weaknesses. Players always improve the most during their off season, but when coaches are asking you to accentuate your positives, stay right in that role and be the best you can with that. Work on the weaknesses in the offseason.
Helps too if you have a coach who's in that mindset of developing and showing some patience.
Well, not only a coach, Kevin, I'll go as far as to say that sometimes when you have a young player get drafted, for him to have a mentor automatically on that first team that he's with, starting his first 3 or 4 years in the league, is vitally important. And you'll see, if you go through track records, some of the most successful teams have had veterans in position where the young star is trying to find his footing. Well, Buddy Hield, not the biggest or most athletic player that's on the floor, but his work ethic is undeniable. He is a total gym rat. At Oklahoma, they had to lock up the balls. Otherwise, the guy would stay there all day long and all night.
First one falls for him. And Hield grew up in the Bahamas. The story goes they didn't have a court until he turned 12, so he built hoops out of whatever he could find.
Yeah, and whatever he found consisted of milk crates or bicycle rims that had rusted up, and he'd nail them up and shoot every shot he could at them, and they would get torn down, and he'd rebuild them again and again. He's shown that same determination in building up his game at the NBA level.
Greg, as we know, Buddy Hield, a Wooden Award winner at Oklahoma.
I mean, he grew from nothing, his words, in the Bahamas. And his first hoop, a crate he nailed to some plywood, couldn't even afford the nails, had to find those. So from there to here, what an incredible journey.
Fox kicks to Holmes. Here's the pass to Barnes. Clock at 6. Sacramento needs to get off a shot. Lets it go with a 3. Holmes can't get it to go in. For Phoenix, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Booker outside. Offensive rebound. Ayton. And Ayton throws it down.
And using that 7'5" wingspan, putting it back off the mist, one of Ayton's specialties.
Back to Hield. An easy 2 points on the layup.
That's a talented guy getting too easy a look. Might have been a miscommunication on that one.
Well, just the first quarter, everyone's still getting adjusted. That said, on defense, you have to bring help sooner.
Here's Booker. Out of hand on it. The Kings trailing. Hield outside. Stolen by Bender. Fox against Rubio. Pass to Bender. To the middle. Here's Booker. And he uses the glass on the layup. Booker's got 5 now.
Booker effective that time. Close to the basket, taking his time to cash in.
Hield finds Barnes. Now, here's Holmes. Defense right on him. Now, here's Fox. Over Rubio. Again, Sacramento.
Fox just found a little bit of space there, and he burned the defense.
The Suns have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Up top, Rubio. Guarded by Fox. Rubio with it. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. And Richaun Holmes gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Kings making a change here. Giles is checked in. Here's Ayton. And DeAndre Ayton, yet another 7-footer who can stretch the floor.
Yeah, length and great shooting are in vogue right now, and Ayton gives you both. Can hit from mid-range, long range, the charity stripe. But what makes him really special, the added ability to score with his back to the basket at a high level. Shoot 2.
First free throw is good. Well, the one thing the Kings have gotten right, Brent, is this new home arena. It is one of the best in the league.
Well, on warm Sacramento nights, what's really cool about this place is they open it up. So you got the natural airflow. It sneaks in. It feels comfortable here. Something these fans can take a lot of pride in with what they've done in downtown Sacramento.
So he gets them both.
You know, DeAndre Ayton, all that height around him. He goes 7 feet, 250 with that 7'5" wingspan and already produces. But still, he shows considerable upside.
Here's Bagley. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. You know, Greg, what amazes me about Ayton, the skill level for someone his size.
I mean, he can put the ball on the floor, really improving as a facilitator. You look at Embiid, you look at Big Cat, Ayton gives you a lot of those similar traits.
That's good from Bagley.
You know, when Marvin Bagley entered the league, there were some questions as to which position would he play, but the versatility he brings is special. He can guard a number of positions, score inside and out, and he is a tremendous rebounder.
And Phoenix making a change here. Kaminsky's checked in. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. And one thing you can't question about Bagley, Greg, his intensity level.
As competitive as they come, he's ferocious around the rim. Oftentimes, he looks like he wants it more than anybody else on the floor.
Right now, he is locked in. He's getting great shots, and he's burning the D in a variety of ways.
Barnes looking around. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Well, if my counting is right, they've made 4 of their first 5. That's good.
Kaminsky with the ball. Picked up by Bagley. Kaminsky kicks to Booker. Another 3 for Phoenix.
Now, he's a heady player. He knows how to get himself going and giving his team a real advantage right now on the offensive end.
Timeout is called. First of the game for Sacramento.
Well, the Suns with just 21 wins last season. That's the second worst record in franchise history. This is a very proud franchise. So only their inaugural season as an expansion team in the NBA back in 1969 was worse. Brighter days for the Suns ahead. With the steal, and Phoenix pushing it up now. Ball's knocked loose. Rubio the pass to Kaminsky. Back to Rubio.
That shot is off. So the Kings will take it the other way. And those 21 wins, not the way the Suns were hoping to celebrate their 50th anniversary.
No, not at all. By scoring margin, it was the worst season that they had in their history. So the games were not all that close. They lost by an average of 9 a game last year.
Now, here's Fox. Devin Booker missing his last shot.
And I love the way he uses his size there to make sure he gets that ball.
And that one's good, Ayton.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Rubio against Fox. Up top, heel. It's blocked. Rubio against Fox. Rubio looking around. He kicks to Oubre. 6 to shoot. On the wing, Booker. Guarded by Fox. No good from Booker.
And usually that mid-range jumper finds the bottom of the net. Defense has to be more aggressive moving forward.
And here's Barnes for 3. And it's Ayton with the rebound.
He really suffocated him there, guys. Just excellent work.
Oubre can't get it to go.
And it just hurts to miss shots like this. Mentally, you question yourself, and it can affect your confidence.
Barnes right side. Off the mark, and the drought continues.
You got to make that. The defense was far from terrible, but, man, that's an easy shot.
Pass to Rubio. To the middle. Here's Booker. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits. Booker's got 13.
Well, the O looks unstoppable tonight, especially because of that guy. He's just torching them.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. Brent, last season the league cut back on timeouts. Are you hearing any other ideas of how to reduce the duration of some of these games?
There was also the idea last year where they put it into place where right after the second quarter ended, they put you on a 15-minute clock in between halftime.
It started immediately.
And I thought that that was ideal. So if you're at a game and you get to see the dog jumping through the hula hoop.
Which you love.
I love it.
I know.
It's only going to last the 7 or 8 minutes before the teams come back out. And I thought last year that helped the game speed along. And I think they sped up last year, if I'm not wrong, Kevin, by about 3 minutes time.
I'm glad when you go out there and balance the dishes on your head. That's always been so fun to watch.
There's only one red panda, Kevin.
I know. Sacramento making some changes. Bielitsa, he checks in for Bagley. Bogdan Bogdanovic comes in for Hield. And Yogi Ferrell subbed in for De'Aaron Fox. And for the Suns, Johnson, he's checked in for Oubre. Bridges comes in for Booker. And it's Tyler Johnson in for Ricky Rubio. And it goes down 2 points. And it's the Suns with the ball. They're leading by 8. He has a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Dave Yeager. He said this will be a great mental challenge for his team. He told me he looks forward to games like this, saying the team we're facing really knows how to execute on offense. And when we're firing on all cylinders, we can do the same. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Well, they're aware of how difficult an opponent this is to defend. A lot of good shooters they have to deal with.
Which means being extra active with their perimeter deep. Fighting through screens, quick switches, all the little things they need to do to prevent those open looks.
Yeah, that's right, Greg. I expect a lot of movement defensively. They have to be reacting, and like a watch, rotating all night long.
Aaron Baines, he's checked in for 8. .151 left here in the first quarter. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Johnson surveying the floor. Bridges. That's in, coming off the assist from Johnson.
Yeah, they're pounding it inside once again. They have taken over this game physically.
Well, it's so nice to have the early lead. This is where you want to stick with what's working until somebody shuts you down.
Bogdanovich against Bridges. Johnson's shot is off.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Suns leading by 10. Johnson outside. 56 seconds left here in the first quarter. Just 4 to shoot. Misses the 3. Sacramento's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Unloads from 13. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
And getting a hand in the shooter's face, locking down that in-between area.
Just taking on the challenge on every possession. I love defenders who give nothing away.
And it's Baines missing.
Well, the defense better look up and say thanks. Leaving guys that wide open is not a recipe for success.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Farrell. He's guarded by Johnson. Pass to Barnes. Off target at the rim. And so it's Devin Booker making highlights for the Phoenix Suns. And it was from three-point range where he did the most damage. He knocked down 3 in that quarter. We'll get right back to the action when we return. From undrafted to $50 million man, Tyler Johnson talked about what it felt like when he finally hit it big.
I think when I finally heard that number, when they put the offer sheet on there and said $50 million, I mean, it's well documented that, I kind of got sick. I just know the journey that it took me to get here. It was a little bit overwhelming. So I threw up.
And credit Johnson's work ethic, Greg, putting himself in position to earn that big payday.
Great to see an underdog make it. And that's the kind of contract that truly changes your life forever.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And from what we've seen, guys, from the Suns, what are you thinking so far?
A huge fan of how they have rotated here defensively, been able to challenge multiple shots.
And if you're rotating like that, it's got to be a great line of communication between all 5 guys. You see that reflected on the scores, all that trust showing up with the lead.
Bialica is out there with Harrison Barnes. And there's Rashawn Holmes. Then there's Bogdanovich. And it's Farrell in at the 1 spot. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Kings.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Johnson kicks to Baines. The dish to Bender. And stolen by Barnes. And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. Knocks down the 3-ball. Bogdanovich has got his first 3 points of the game.
I think he's just going to get more and more confident from behind the arc and become a more consistent scorer in this league as time goes by.
Now here's Johnson. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. From 15 feet away, rebounded by Holmes.
That was some very intimidating, aggressive defense that really helped alter that shot.
A coaching carousel certainly in Phoenix. This is the 4th different head coach in as many seasons. What does that do, Brent, to a young team?
Well, it's tough for development because if you don't consistently work with the same player development coaches, you might be learning things for an offense that might have to be reset every year. Igor Kokoskov is one of the more ingenious offensive minds in the game. This is why he's got this opportunity in Phoenix. And I look forward with the type of talent that Phoenix has, with how much creativity he can bring to the court, and hope these young players are excited for that opportunity.
Here's Farrell. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Barnes kicks to Farrell. And there's a whistle. That goes on Mikal Bridges. That's his first foul. De'Aaron Fox is checked in for Sacramento. And for the Suns, Korver comes in for Aaron Baines, and it's Carter in for Tyler Johnson. Here's Holmes. Bogdanovich looking around. 5 on the clock. No good. Suns leading by 5. Carter left side to the inside. Here's Johnson. Lays it in without an inch of room around him.
Always tough to work the closer you get to the basket. Nice job of finding an angle on the pass there.
Here's Bielitz. He's guarded by Johnson. Here's Holmes. This one on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Bagley comes in for Bogdanovich. And Hield subbed in for Yogi Ferrell. Ayton, he's checked in for Phoenix. Booker comes in for Bridges. And the free throw, no good. The big changes in defensive rules happened right in the middle of your playing days. How did people initially react to that?
Well, a lot of guys had 3 quick fouls, Kevin, because they're out hand checking and pushing guys around. And they say, what do you mean I can't do this anymore? I get paid to push guys around. But after a little while, obviously, guys stepping off and understanding positions on the floor where you could get away with more physical play than you can out in front with point guards, obviously, and having refs' eyes on them or down on the block.
Phoenix leading by 5. Outside Korver. Carter outside. Tries a 3. Fresh shot clock for Phoenix. And that one's good, Ayton.
You know, even when you contest Ayton, he still is capable of making it, especially when he's that close.
Bielitz passes to Bagley. One-on-one here. Here's Booker. And some very quick points for him on that possession. And now a 9-point Suns lead.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now here's Hield. Holmes, good.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter. And now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Carter dishes to Booker. To the paint. And Carter with the basket on the assist by Ayton. Carter's got his first points of the night.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Devin Booker is a 20-point-per-game scorer since his second season in the league. And he knows you have to have confidence to be a great shooter. He said, know the work you've put in, trust your game. Just because you miss shots, you can't doubt yourself. They're supposed to fall, and they will if you keep shooting. Kevin?
Next shot mentality for sure. Thanks, DA. Bagley, no good.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
And sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time, he chose wisely.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. You know, Brent, when you think of Devin Booker, you immediately think scoring. But he's become, as time goes on, an excellent facilitator as well.
Well, I think he's learning to do that, Kevin, because of the playing time that he's getting. And the defenses that he has seen in the early part of his career have been quite unique. You know, 2 out of the first 3 years that he played in the NBA, he's averaging over 20 points. So the passing part of his game, the more feel part of his game, it's coming along nicely.
Phoenix making a change here. Rubio's checked in. The pass to Fox. Healed against Booker. Back to Fox. It's over Rubio. Sacramento again missing.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Here's Booker. Foul on the play. Basket counts, so it'll be a three-point play chance.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Well, entering the league, Devin Booker really had some troubles on the defensive end. So as much as we talk about offensively him trying to get better, on the defensive end he needs to learn how to be in better positions.
Harry Giles is checked in for Sacramento.
One shot.
And with Booker's defense, Brent, still being a work in progress, the advantage is he is still very young.
Well, the coaches have really simplified the game plan on the defensive end. So you do things like jumping ahead of the screen or pushing down the screen and start to corral guys into areas. That's helping Devin Booker establish some more confidence on the defensive end.
Here's Rubio following the basket by Buddy Hield. Pass to Ayton. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. And Rubio kicks to Kaminsky. 6 to shoot. The three. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Love to see it when he pulls up from the outside. A big guy with tremendous range is a prized commodity in today's NBA.
Hield outside. Back to Fox. From outside the arc, buries the long-range jumper. Fox has got 5 points so far.
Pretty good focus from the young guard there. Under pressure, Fox still scores.
Here's Clifford. No good on that one. And the Kings going the other way now. To the inside. And with that shot, the Suns' lead is cut down now to just 10 on the basket from Bielitsa.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Now here's Kaminsky, tipped away. Fox with the steal. And Fox with a clear path to the basket. The lead now in single digits. Fox has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, he's had bad first quarters before and has dug himself out. Here's another one tonight.
Rubio outside. And the basket by Kaminsky. Kaminsky's got his second bucket of the game to go.
I really like the awareness, noticing that he's got the mismatch, and then he just used his size as his advantage on the layup.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
If anything could change the momentum, it's that kind of play. Cloud of smoke has people standing on their feet.
And dunking the ball is just second nature to Aiden. With the right positioning, he's a threat to throw it down.
Now here's Hield. 6 points for him. He dishes it to Fox. Count that as his fourth basket of the night. Just 7 shots to get there.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Crawford kicks to Ayton. Rubio the pass to Crawford. Another 3 for Phoenix.
And they've done a great job knocking down those long-range shots here in the second, shooting just over 40% from downtown.
Now here's Fox. He's got 9. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Frank Kaminsky picks one up.
And it's the fearlessness of Bagley that earns him these calls. Plays with such ferocity.
Now you wonder how much of the Kings' scoring struggles are really self-inflicted. Either guys sped up on possessions or trying to make too much happen on their own. Last season, the league's 3rd best shooting percentage from long range, but they were bottom 3 in terms of their three-point attempts.
The first one falls.
And the game Bagley has reminds me a little bit of Chris Bosh, a sweet lefty who plays with force and passion.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Bielitsa. Bogdanovich comes in for Heald, and Yogi Ferrell subbed in for Fox. And the Suns also making a change. Oubre's checked in, and so he makes both from the line. And it's Rubio with the ball for the Suns. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Kaminsky with the ball, picked up by Bagley. Kaminsky kicks to Oubre. Another 3 for Phoenix.
Just like to see the defense get more aggressive. They are asking for trouble as they're giving up open looks to this point.
Here's Ferrell, covered by Rubio. Ferrell looking around. Lock at 6. Passes it to Barnes. And that one drops. Barnes has got 8.
Well, fantastic awareness, finishing with ease at the rim, and the defense was just not a factor.
So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Phoenix ahead. They're up by 10. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. Kyle, impressive first half. You guys seemed in control. I figure you're pleased with the team's performance so far.
Yeah, I thought we let up some in the second quarter, though. It was keep on playing our game, keep on trusting the system, and we're getting great shots. Got to keep it up.
Kyle, thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings, friends and neighbors. One half down, another half to go. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Devin Booker had it going on in the first quarter. He had 18 points and 1 assist. Let's hear from you, Shaq, on the Suns.
The three-point shot was their best friend. I agree with the strategy. When it's working, take advantage of it. I don't really like it. Live by the jumper, die by the jumper. But tonight, they're living, and they're living good, baby.
And over to Kenny now. Your take on the Kings.
Well, one problem I see is that they're too timid on the boards. When you start to fall behind in the game, you need to become more aggressive on the offensive glass and the defensive glass.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go. Go over there.
All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. Guys, Devin Booker has been exceptional here.
And let's see what the defense counters with to try and control him here in the second half.
Well, he has been dominant as we expected coming into this one. Skilled and relentless.
And so here's Sacramento. It's a 10-point game. While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. On Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. Bender and Ayton are the big men. Devin Booker out there with Ricky Rubio. And it's Oubre in at the small forward.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Rubio, the pass to Bender. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And Dragan Bender out of Croatia, the 4th overall pick in 2016. How good do you think, Greg, he can become?
At 7'1", he can shoot it from range, but until he adds more dimensions to his game offensively, defensively, he's going to struggle to be much more than a complimentary player.
throw, good. Bender.
Well, when shooting the ball, Bender certainly passes the eye test. It looks good when his feet are set. He's got a high release point, obviously, at his size, but the low field goal percentage is something you have to be concerned with. You wonder with consistent minutes, will it consistently bump up what he could do from the perimeter?
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. Well, we're talking about Dragan Bender, Brent, still putting it all together, but his ability to stretch the defense keeps him on the floor.
Well, if you close out too hard on him, he can put it down, and then you hope that he can finish under control. He's still learning how to do that in-between game, but he's a skilled passer. He looks for cutters. Remember how young this guy is, so still lots of room to grow.
And De'Aaron Fox gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Rubio kicks to Bender. Just 5 on the clock. And the call will be against Marvin Bagley. That's his first foul. Little over a minute gone here in the second half. And it's Ayton missing.
And listen, you can't design a play any better to get a look that good. Just couldn't knock it down.
The best players know that is going to happen, and you just can't let it get into your head. It's a shot that you want to take.
Now, here's Fox. Following the miss by DeAndre Ayton. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Holmes, but he gets it back.
And using that wide reach to reject us. Ayton can't afford to throw up weak stuff around the big fella.
First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Rubio against Fox. Rubio outside. Pass to Oubre. And the call will be against Marvin Bagley. That's foul number 2 for him.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
The pass to Bender. Kicks to Oubre. 6 to shoot.
And being over the limit this early really can affect your aggressiveness defensively. They have got to play under control. And Ricky Rubio might be one of the most unselfish players in the league. Not only for his passing and how much he enjoys piling up assists, but how he does a great job adjusting to what the team needs him to do and not worrying about his own game.
That free throw good from Rubio. And for Rubio, who has been in the eye of the media for so long, Greg, he's always been unselfish. We've always seen that in his style of play.
You're right, Kevin. You've always been able to see that with Rubio's game. Great at making quick reads, seeing passes before they develop. I mean, he can see who's open and who's going to be open before he even catches the pass.
And once again, off the mark by Sacramento. Suns leading by 14. Pass to Ayton. On the wing, Booker. On the wing, Booker. Healed on the double team. And Bender throws it down.
Well, this is why the teammates for Booker are loving him. He keeps working on his ability to find the open teammate.
Timeout called by the Kings. At the end of last season, the Suns' Devin Booker says he's done not making the playoffs. He said he'd challenge himself to get better. But, Brent, did you read that as maybe an ultimatum to the Suns?
I don't know. I mean, build a winner or he's gone. Is that the kind of ultimatum we're talking about? I did like the idea that he talked about him first getting better because that's your job as a player in the offseason. But we'll see with the additions the Suns made and their young nucleus. Maybe the new coach coming in, Igor Kokoskov, maybe they'll start paving that road now.
Johnson. He's checked in for the Suns. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter.
All right, after 4 misses, they finally get one to go. That has to be a big relief for the offense after beginning this half on a bit of a cold streak.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, the Kings signed some quality vets last season, but when the losses piled up, they decided to go young. Now, the focus is on development. The veterans still have a role providing steadying presence on the court and in the locker room. Kevin?
David, it certainly is a balancing act. Thanks for that report. Here's Fox. Following the basket by DeAndre Ayton. Fox kicks to Bagley. On deep. And it's Devin Booker with the rebound.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Pass to Johnson. Here's Bender. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. A nice shot by Booker.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Now, here's Holmes. He has 6. Dishes it to Fox. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
There's an old cliche, Kevin, we've heard or said a million times about speed killing. Well, perhaps no player is more emblematic of that than De'Aaron Fox. End to end, he could be one of the fastest players in the league.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. Well, Fox is a blur in transition. Brent, his speed is a weapon.
Yeah, and he can use it if he has the ball or if he doesn't. Become a slasher and get into the teeth of the defense. Defensively, his lateral quickness and intensity also can make him a pest. It'll be nice to see if he takes some pride on that end of the floor growing up.
Fox hits them both.
Well, the quickness of De'Aaron Fox really is incredible. I got a chance to see John Wall early in his career, and it was the speed that we talked about, but speed can kill. And if De'Aaron Fox can control it, he'll be fantastic at creating opportunities for himself and his teammates.
Ayton, Sacramento grabs the miss. Holmes got 6 rebounds in the game. A 3 from Barnes. Again, the miss by the King. Suns leading by 16. Here's Korver, and count it, and a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Korver getting that shot up quickly, not allowing the defense any kind of chance to block that one on the inside. Well, the ageless wonder, Kyle Korver, still such a vital part of the offense. A blur on offense, constantly moving around to try to find an opening at the three-point line, and sometimes that pulls defenders away and opens up some more opportunities.
And that one misses. For Korver, he continues to climb the ranks of all-time three-pointers made.
Well, Kyle last year passed the great Paul Pierce of the Boston Celtics, and Korver is not close to being done. In the all-time rankings, Kevin, interestingly enough, he has the least amount of games and total attempts of everyone in the top 5. That's some rarefied air.
Another 3 for Phoenix.
And hey, that's Korver's go-to. As soon as he catches that ball right there, it's going right up. Gotta love that approach.
Fox passes to Bogdanovich. Barnes outside. And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. Sacramento making some changes. Bielitsa, who's checked in for Harrison Barnes. And Farrell subbed in for Heel. And a change for the Suns. Kaminsky's checked in. Here's Fox. He's got 11. Just 5 to shoot. Here's the 3. Sinks the three-pointer. Fox has got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, Fox trying to work on that outside jump shot, become more consistent. Nice bucket there.
Korver kicks to Bridges. Johnson outside. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Tyler Johnson, the 6'4" combo guard out of Fresno State, very lightly recruited out of high school and undrafted in 2014. He has just had doubters every step of the way and proved them wrong.
He's off on the first. Well, think about Tyler Johnson, Brent, overcoming the doubts. 4-year, $50 million contract in 2016 was widely questioned around the NBA.
Yeah, there are a lot of contracts in that summer that are questionable just because of the timing of the salary cap bump. But Brooklyn had signed him as a restricted free agent. The Heat matched, and Tyler Johnson just looking forward to going out and making himself a better player. That's his job.
With the Timberwolves' playoff appearance last season, Brent, in 2018, the longest playoff drought in the NBA now held by the Sacramento Kings.
Yep, 12 seasons for the Kings on the outside looking into the playoffs. And in that time, their one-loss record, they've won just 35% of their games. So fans hoping that the Kings can crown off a season by getting themselves into the playoffs.
Kaminsky dishes to Korver. He kicks to Kaminsky. Suns moving the ball around. And the Suns miss again.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the three.
Here's the double team with Korver. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And here are the Kings now. Holmes passes to Fox. Shot clock at 6. From 10 feet out. And the shot is long. Suns leading by 17. Feeds it to Bender. Now Bridges. Johnson for 3. Korver kicks to Johnson. Fox with the steal. And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. And there's the whistle. That goes on Frank Kaminsky. That'll be his second foul of the game. Giles checked in for Rashawn Holmes. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for the Suns. On defense, the Suns. Giles kicks to Fox. And Bender comes to help. 6 to shoot. Here's Bogdanovich, and he makes that one. Bogdanovich has got 5 points so far.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Fox against Johnson. Over in the corner, Bender buries it from three-point range.
Bender looking comfortable shooting the ball right now. That's a great sign for him and his teammates.
Fox dishes to Bogdanovich. Pass to Farrell. Back to Bogdanovich. Launches a 3. Phoenix grabs the miss. Kaminsky's got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead. And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Now here's Bogdanovich. He has 5. Farrell for 3. Sacramento making a switch here. Bagley's checked in. Oubre's checked in for the Suns. Ricky Rubio comes in for Johnson. Suns leading by 20. On the wing, Jamal Crawford. 5 points in the game. Rubio the pass to Bender. And Rubio kicks to Oubre. From deep. Bender, no good.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Fox against Rubio. Outside, Bogdanovich. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Bogdanovich has got 8 points.
Trying to improve every year, that's the goal of anyone in the NBA. Bogdanovich has great fundamentals to be able to do that.
Now here's Crawford. Over in the corner, Bender. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Bender's got a pair of threes now here in the third for the Suns. Farrell kicks to Bagley. 23 seconds left here in the third quarter. And Fox gets it to go.
Well, if they're going to win this game, he's going to require just a little bit of help. Many of the shots he's taking are finding the hoop.
Crawford outside. Now the pass to Rubio. The three. Off the mark.
Fox is so good on the offensive end with his quickness. Why not use it on the defensive end? He did there.
And so it's Phoenix holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. So it's Rubio bringing it up for Phoenix. We've got Farrell. Harrison Barnes is out there with Bagley. Then it's De'Aaron Fox. And it's Bogdanovich in at the three. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Kaminsky misses. The Kings trail by 18. The feed now to Barnes. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top. But instead, he'll shoot free throw. That one on 8.
Yeah, nice, strong finish there. Nearly a three-point opportunity.
The Suns have given shooting guard Devin Booker a say in all of the franchise's major decisions. You know, like hiring a coach, free agency, the draft. Brent, is that the right approach?
I'm not sure how much of that is true, Kevin. They might have asked, but how much are they listening to it? I'm not sure. Devin Booker does not quite have the cachet of veteran players that have played 10 or 12 years and have a lot of playoff wins under their belt, but it does feel good for him, I'm sure, to be part of the collaborative.
First one falls for him. Buddy Hield, he's checked in for Sacramento. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
And here's Rubio. Kicks to Kaminsky. Pass to Oubre. Now Ayton.